Judge Judy, Mr. Pointer, according to what I read. The defendant was a friend of yours, and one evening the night of. Greater than January 8th, 2016. Greater than Judge Judy of this year. She was using your car. She was using your car with your permission. Greater than yes. Greater than Judge Judy, and according to you. There was an accident. You want her to be responsible for the damage. Greater than. Yes. Greater than Judge Judy, the defendant has a rather interesting defense. First, she said it was a minor fender bender. But it was no big deal. But Ms. Peterson says that you rent out your car. Greater than no. Greater than Judge Judy, ... and that Shep paid you $75. That night to his Seath car. Is that correct? Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. Had you ever given him money before? It's just for rides. That was the first time I had rented out the car. But he would pick me up and drop me off. Greater than Judge Judy. And you paid him for that? Greater than Judge Judy? Okay, starting when? December? Greater than Judge Judy. And is that's first time you met him? Yeah, I met him through a mutual friend. When I met him, he told my name was Gary. So, greater than Judge Judy? Tell me how you met him. Greater than he was giving my friend rides for cheaper than a taxi. Was so then I started calling Jim instead of calling the taxi. Greater than Judge Judy. So this Ishi's business. Well, yeah. Greater than Judge Judy. Okay, the first time you used him. It's December of 2015. I want you to tell me about that call that you made to him. Greater than she was at my house, and we were going to her house, so we called him. And that's how I met him. Was through the first ride. Greater than Judge Judy. And how much did he charge you for that first ride? I think it was like $10. It was right in town. Greater than Judge Judy. And you paid Jedge in cash. Greater than Jedge. Greater than Judge Judy. And when did you use him again? I'd only used him like maybe 4 or 5 times before I had borrowed the car. Greater than Judge Judy. Now, tell me about the night of January 8th. Where did you want to go? I was just borrowing the car too. Like, be a designated driver for my friends. Greater than Judge Judy. Well, you had never done that before? No. He was saving up to move down south. So he thought we'd do $100 a night. But we agreed on $75 greater than Judge Judy. Tell me about that conversation. Greater than actually. He had brought it up to my friend, and she told me so then I started talking to him about it, and he said, from 9 p.m. until 9 a.m. for $100, and we settled on $75. He came, picked me up, he got in the back seat. Greater than Judge Judy. That was on January 8th. I dropped him off at his house, took the car. On the way back to his house, I got in a minor accident. I then drove a car back to his house. Greater than Judge Judy. Tell me a booth accident. Greater than we were at the stoplight in the car. The light turned green. The car ahead of me started going, and they slammed on their brakes as I started going after them. So I bumped behind them. Greater than Judge Judy, okay? So you were responsible for the accident? Greater than? Yeah, she is. Greater than yes. Greater than Judge Judy. Don't speak. Greater than I don't feel like I didn't do $5,000 worth of damage. Greater than Judge Judy. Just a second. Well, you were clearly responsible for the accident if you hit somebody in the rear. Greater than, right? Greater than Judge Judy. You're not supposed to get that close. So you had the accident. Greater than Judge Judy. What kind of car was it that you were leasing for the night? I don't know what kind of car. I'm not good at the kind. Greater than Judge Judy. What kind of car? A 2012 Hyundai Accent? Greater than Judge Judy. When did you buy it? July 5th, 2015. Greater than Judge Judy. How much did you pay for it? 14 something for it. I'm not really sure in the price. Greater than Judge Judy, is the car financed? Yes. Greater than Judge Judy. They require you to have full insurance on a Carantiel. The car note is paid off. Greater than it was in full coverage. It was just liability. Greater than Judge Judy. They require you to have full coverage on a Carantiel. It's paid off. All insurance companies do. You know that. Greater than Judge Judy, but you didn't save full coverage on the car. Greater than no. It's liability. Greater than Judge Judy. So lem just follow. This you breached your contract with the finance company. Greater than yeah. Greater than. Judge Judy, there is no question that Ms. Peterson is telling me the truth. It's thought. You're operating your own little limousine business on the side for cash-ins that she paid you $75 for the night of the 8th of January so that she could have the car for. The night? Greater than yes. Greater than Judge Judy. So there's no question in my mind that you were operating a business with your car. A business that requires a license in every jurisdiction. It's not the worst crime in the world. Dan, you did. Wrong thing 2 times. Yes, understand. Greater than Judge Judy. You didn't have full coverage in a car that you were supposed to have full coverage on. Greater than, but she's still responsible. Greater than Judge Judy. Oh, you think so? I'm going to tell Yohat. The law is that when somebody comes to court, they have to come to court with clean hands. That doesn't mean if you stole a candy bar in a store 3 years ago, you came into a court and you had merely let somebody borrow your Karen, they had an accident. I would say, well, 3 years ago. You stole a candy bar so you don't have clean hands. But you're asking the court to help you in a situation where you did 2 things wrong. You didn't have insurance, and you were conducting business with your car without an appropriate license and lending. Well, I know she used and her friend. Used it. I don't know how many other people you were in this business, off giving rides to for $10, $15. You were your own little Uber driver, only you didn't save to share it with Uber. Whatever it was word of mouth.